Yeah, coffee. Coffee. So weird. Okay, welcome guys. This is my 6th video in the series that I'm trying to make. I don't know whether or not to end the series when the year ends or when I get to a comfortable stage to say, okay, this part of the series is done, this part of my life is done, it's a little segment, and I'm gonna figure out whether or not to end the series at a given date or at a given time or at a set number of episodes. Probably 15, maybe even 12 to 15, because that's how usually like seasons of like a TV show end at, maybe 12 episodes, 15, 16, 24. So I'm still figuring out a number in where I end the series, because that is going to be a portion of my life that I'm trying to share and document. And I think it's a really good and creative way to do so instead of just like random vlogs here and there. And I'm trying to stray away from the normal vlog style and go back to like a more traditional documentary style that when it first started off is what it was. Vlogging is such an online thing, but like I watched this video from like 1970s, 1980s in my documentary class, and the guy basically documented his time down in the South, and it was basically like a regular vlog with like VO, and it really like shocked me how nowadays if you did that it'd be called a vlog, but back then it was a documentary. So I'm kind of straying towards that. Still not sure where to end it. I'm gonna figure that out. The last episode was such a huge fumble up because I had a voiceover section where it was during the whole pieing event at the pack, Christmas event, and my mic died. And I didn't have spares on me. I didn't have all my gear on me. So, if I was out on the field or in the field, I didn't have any spares on me. Man, that would have been bad, especially if it was like some sort of event. So, something to learn. We're not perfect. My first semester at Long Beach wasn't all as I thought it would be. It was really stressful, to say the least. And stressful would be like the highest point, but it came to a point where I was hesitant in continuing my education at Long Beach, just because I'm a film major and there's always that ongoing debate whether or not you have to go to film school. And it was really on my mind because I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like when you transfer to a school, which is what I did. I transferred from a community college in the Bay Area, and I didn't really think that it would be so different compared to community college. And I felt like if I stayed a year more in community college and maybe did more classes there, I would feel more comfortable making a transition. But coming here now, I don't regret it. I was just second thinking about it. Like I had second thoughts. And I've asked a lot of transfers during my time there, film transfers, whether or not, film school was worth it. And I've always got the same response, why am I here? What's going on? I'm wasting my time. And it really scared me to think that like I would keep up that same mentality for 2 more years until I get my degree. It came to a point where I talked to my dad about it, and I was like, struggling with my classes, really just second thinking about everything. Is it really worth it? I'm doing this series, and this is what's keeping me sane, to say the least. I like saying that, sorry. But it really is, and it's something that really caught my eye once I started this passion project. And it's not something you do in film school. You're expected to learn, and I'm not really like learning as much as I want to. So that's why I'm taking that extra step, and I'm filming as much as I can, getting as much footage, learning how to like document and watching like online stuff. I think that's a really good effort when you know that like some of the education that you're taking now is failing you, that you have to take the extra step, and you have to be comfortable with some of the classes that you're not comfortable with, that you have to go through some of these bad classes to like actually go towards the good ones. And I did have a lot of bad classes, but one of the teachers where I had a bad class, I kind of effed up on the final, but she took it anyways, and it kind of got me more respect for her. And I was like, damn, at the end of the day, we're all filmmakers. And whether or not you have a bad teacher, they went through the same crap. Filmmakers are freelancers, and we have to continue to make things for the rest of our lives. As much as there's so much pressure on people like that, it's also fun. And you're doing something you love, and if you're passionate about it, then it doesn't feel like work every single day. And a part of another reason why I'm conflicted is that I feel like I'm thinking too much of my future, and I'm really just overthinking. For the past couple of weeks, I've been trying to network as much as I can because I realized that I only have a year and a half left of college. Finals is almost over. I've just been thinking about how I'm gonna, take that next step into the real world. I was trying to network with people. I networked with like a couple of people where one girl I sold a lens to, and she said her boyfriend needed a second shooter and they could hit me up. So I was like, gave him my info. Another person was telling me about like the studio he worked at, this radio station, and that they needed someone to cover events and stuff. So I gave him my info. I showed him some of my work for my portfolio. Just a bunch of like opportunities, little tidbits here and there. People in my class who had job offers or needed like more people. I feel like a lot of those are like empty promises, just because I don't know if I did something wrong. People don't tell me if I'm doing something wrong, and I would rather want to know, because I'd rather take the truth, the hard truth, than settle for less. And I don't know if I didn't show them the right work from my portfolio, or if I was supposed to have like a business card, or showed them my like portfolio right then and there. Like, I'm always having second thoughts after interactions like those. And when you're networking with people, I really hate the thought of first impressions, even though you're supposed to like be a perfect, I don't make any mistakes type of being. And I freaking hate the thought of that, just because I feel like first impressions are super fake. I was just really having second thoughts of like the entire networking thing. I hate the saying where you have to network with as much as people as you can. You have to have connections in college to get a job, like in Hollywood or whatever field. As realistic as it is, I really hate the thought of it. Yeah, it just has me super conflicted. I'm like, damn, is the industry always gonna be like this? What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to grow? How fast am I supposed to be taking these next steps with like networking with people? And yeah, that's just basically what's been on my mind, and is going to be on my mind for the next 1.5 years. I wrote about it in one of my film journal finals, and I'm pretty sure my teacher read it. But I'm getting an A in the class, so it's like, whatever, something I gotta write. The one reason why I just hate the film school idea is just because there's so many things going wrong right now. Like, our whole final schedule was like messed up, and we had to have like different schedules from everybody. For example, we had 2 finals at the same time. A bunch of people, including me, we had 2 finals at the same time, so we had to hop back and forth to classes. And like, good thing we were only showing footage in both of those classes, but like, what's going on Long Beach? Like, what's going on with the film department? And of course they said this is the first year that it's happened, and this is the year where I transfer. So I'm like, oh my god, coincidence. All those changes, those feelings were like, in high school they make a bunch of changes, and like you're like, oh, I'm graduating, or oh my god, this is my first year here and they're already doing Common Core. Like, oh my god. I want to just end off saying that even though you're in college and you got finals and everything, and it's stressing you out, and you're feeling super conflicted, you're feeling, super anxious, you're having these like moments where like panicking and stuff like that, I just want to say that it's okay to take a breath. it's okay to step aside and take a break from everything, and just to reach out to others. Every time that I have, especially with like good friends that I trust, then they give me words of advice. For the most part, they help. Sometimes they don't, but at least you're telling others that things aren't going as well as you thought they would, but you got people who are behind you to tell you that things are gonna get better. And I think that's important to know and to keep an open mind instead of having like a really negative thought about the future and just overthinking on everything. Because in the end, we're just here trying to like better each other's lives and bettering your life in general. And I don't feel like it's necessary to try to like tear down someone's good intentions. I hate that mentality. It's good to be truthful, but it's also good to be open-minded and to be giving positive feedback. So, yeah.